I'm here today on the Appalachian Trail in northwestern Connecticut. In fact, I'm just south of Bear Mountain in Salisbury. Now, just over the hill here is the Mount Riga shelter, where, as far as investigators have been able to discern, a campfire was either improperly extinguished or left unattended, and caused a wildfire of roughly 80 acres that tore through this area a few weeks ago. Now, when I first stepped foot into the area of the fire damage, I immediately noticed just how loud the ground is. You can literally hear it crackle. Now, this is what's left of the leaf litter that was once on the forest floor, which is now burned into a bed of ash. And even though this fire was put out weeks ago, as I walk through here and kick up dust, it literally smells like a fireplace. When I first heard about this forest fire and decided that I would come take a look, I envisioned finding a wasteland of charred stumps. But as you can see, the actual aftermath is much different. Most of the brush has burned away, and here or there, some sizable trees most certainly came down as a result of being engulfed in flames. But others, such as this oak beside me here, are actually in remarkably good condition. They're just a little singed at the bottom of the trunk, but they were able to weather the fire very well. If the forest fire were allowed to burn unchecked, we may have lost much more than 80 acres. But luckily, the response from fire departments in Connecticut, Massachusetts, and New York was rapid and efficient, and they were able to keep it under control. Otherwise, wildfires like this could potentially burn hundreds and hundreds of acres of woods. Small plants such as these ferns are one of the most amazing things I've discovered here. Because, again, this fire was only put out a few weeks ago, and already this area of the forest is being recolonized. Now, perhaps you're thinking that this is a video which stresses the importance of properly putting out campfires. And while that is a very important trail skill, what makes this wildfire particularly sad is that campfires aren't even allowed on this section of the Appalachian Trail. And if the trail rules had been followed, this never would have happened in the first place. It's likely that decades will pass before this area of the forest once again looks like it did only a month ago. So, when you're out in the trails, it's very important to obey trail rules. This means not making campfires where they aren't permitted, but in a more general sense, it means obeying policies such as leave no trace, which keep the forest clean. We owe it not only to the environment, but to our fellow hikers. I'm Justin Coleman from Trails of Freedom, and I hope to see you out in the trails.